Hello, everyone. My name is Kimberly. I am an over 50 makeup teacher, and I'm here to show you how simple your makeup can really be if you're over 50, beyond 50. How everything can come from one simple little compact. So I live on the East Coast. I live in Western Maryland. So the sun is starting to go down. We have a whiteout outside. So ideally, the lighting is not perfect, but I think you will get the drift of what this makeup, how fabulous it truly is. So I'm also a makeup artist for a company called Seint, Seint. And I found this makeup 3 years ago. It is really great for mature skin for these reasons. It's a cream, and creams warm up to the skin. They move with the skin. So as we move our face, the makeup moves with us. Liquids and powders dry down. So when liquids and powders dry down and we move our face, what happens? It cracks. Okay, the other thing that I love is I truly love looking like me. Like me, only better. And that's what cream products help you to do. You can hone in on just the areas that you really believe need a little extra assistance. Now currently, and I mean currently, Seint is only sold within the United States and Canada, except for Quebec. But keep your fingers crossed. Word on the street is it's going to be expanding very soon. So you hang in there. I want to show you how I'm going to use 4 colors. That's it. 4 colors on my face. So your old routine is probably one where you take one color. Hey guys! You take one color of foundation and you apply it all over your face. And then you continually layer and layer and layer product. You know, your blush, your bronzer, all of the things. Well, if you think about this for just a second, our faces are 3-dimensional. Our faces are not 1-dimensional. So to take one color and apply it all over your face, that is like treating your face like it's 1-dimensional. But what if I told you we could take these 4 colors, we can apply them in a specific spot on our face, and one layer, to give ourselves a 3-dimensional look. So let's do it. I have already primed my face with my SPF, and this is a BB cream SPF combo. It is by a company called Pomifera. If you want the link to this, just let me know. And it does have an SPF in it. So I do put a primer on, prepping your face, keeping it hydrated before. It doesn't matter what kind of makeup you use, but you want to make sure your face is hydrated before applying any makeup. Now I'm just going to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm just going to pick a brush here, and we're kind of going to just go with it. This is a brush called the Blend brush. And do you see how fluffy this is? These brushes are all made for creams, and they are double-ended. All right. The reason I like a fluffy brush is because I like a light coverage. But you don't need very much product anyway. And if you do need more product in a particular area than another, you can build on that, which I love, because some areas are problematic. But the idea behind this is only applying what you need where you need it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go step by step. Color number 1 is a contour. It looks really scary, and just calm down about it. Contour is your friend. It's kind of like the Spanx for your face. So I'm going to take my little brush. I'm going to squeeze it, okay? And then I'm going to pounce in my contour just like that. You hardly are even seeing any product on there, okay? That's good. That's what I want. And then I'm just going to kind of put it on my cheekbones until I get just enough. So it's the top of my ear to the corner of my eye. All right, let's do the other one. This is step by step. It's virtually like paint by numbers, guys. So if you don't have any makeup experience, this is for you. If you don't like makeup, this is for you. If you're ready to take a step back from makeup, without completely not wearing makeup anymore, this is for you. If you travel, imagine this, all TSA approved, your whole face. Let's do some more. We're going to go up here by my hairline. And the beauty of this is, like, for example, I have a lot of melasma up here, okay? But my contour is going to go up here, which then is going to kind of hide the melasma. Let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know. We're going to do the jawline. Why would we do the jawline? Well, because we want to create a shadow and sculpt the jawline so it gives it shape. Same with our cheekbones. When you apply contour, it is giving that, it's receding that area, so it's making it look more sculpted. I'm even going to contour my nose. Some days I do, some days I don't, but I just want to show you the difference. So I have this natural shadow that goes down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to go ahead and contour very lightly right along that shadow, keeping it as close together as I can. So if you want to make your nose appear skinnier, you want to keep this contour lines close together. If you need to make your nose look wider, then you're going to make those contour lines further apart. All right, now here's where a little bit of the magic is. So this brush has my contour on it, but my contour isn't coming off now on my hands. It's like it knows exactly the right amount of product to pick up. The next color I'm going to go in with is my main, we call this a main highlight. So Saint likes to call foundation highlight because their belief is that we're really highlighting the points of your face that we want to highlight, to bring forward. So I'm going to take my main foundation or my main highlight, and I'm going to let go of my brush, and I'm dabbing very little. Now what I want to do is I want to look at my face and say, okay, Kim, where do I need coverage? Because this is basically the color of my skin. All right. And I'm just feathering this in ever so lightly. I think one misconception early on, we're looking at 3 years ago, one misconception that I had before I tried the makeup is cream. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so heavy and greasy on my face. It feels weightless. If it feels heavy and greasy on your face, you're applying way too much product. I will just say that. So do you see me just filling in where I need coverage? It's not over, I haven't gone over top of my contour. I'm just going where I think I might need a little bit more product. If you have something, let's just say you have a problem area like rosacea. We have a contour color actually, but it has some green in it, which will help to cover rosacea, and then you can put your main highlight even over it. So all I'm doing is just filling in just a little bit. Now I haven't blended my contour, so do not worry. Okay, and then a little bit on the sides of my nose. California, hello, hello. So if you're getting any weather right now, because here on the East Coast we're getting weather, I'd like to know what kind of weather you're getting. Like we have about 18 inches that we got over the course of the last 2 days. So Michigan, yo, I'm sure you're getting weather. All right, I ended up frigid New Jersey. All right, right here under the eye area, we're gonna have a chat. I'm thinking that it will be sooner than later before we come across the pond there. We're gonna chat about the under eye area. Here's why I love cream there, because you can apply minimal product. Most of the time, if you are having creasing and cracking, and you might put your liquid and powder on early in the morning and it looks fab. And then by the end of the day, you're like, what just happened? And a lot of it, honestly, yeah, we want to get it to you guys in Germany. And that's the reason, is that creams don't dry down. So if you need to touch up, which you probably won't need to, but if you do, it's so nice because then it won't just look more cakey, if that makes sense. So you guys, I have this pimple right here. I'm gonna grab a little bit of my main highlight because I want to build my coverage right there only. Like I don't need to go and layer and layer and layer. I just want that spot and that spot only. All right, let's go to the next one. This is an accent highlight. Okay, an accent or a brightening highlight is it's kind of like a concealer, but I'm not going to apply it in a big triangle right here. If I do that, all of this business right here is just gonna be glaring at me. I don't use any powder because I like a dewy glow. That's my thing. Like I like a healthy dewy glow. I don't know if anybody watched the Golden Globes recently, but everybody had a glowy face and I was in heaven because that's where I'm headed. It looks healthy. You know, it just looks healthy and it looks real and it looks like skin, but it looks beautiful. All right, so did you see where I placed that lighter color? Right here, it's almost like I can lay my finger right along my nose and in the corner of my eye. And I like to call that my sweet spot. Right there, that's the sweet spot. All right, and then I'm going to put a little bit right here because that can give us a little bit of an eye lift. All right, I'm gonna put it right down the bridge of my nose, right between those two contour lines. All right, you can tap a little on Cupid's bow, you can tap a little on your chin. Here's what I want you to be cautious of. Slovakia. I want you to be cautious of this. If you have a lot of texture in a particular area, like I don't get any injections or anything, like what you see is what you see. So sometimes, and sometimes more than others this happens, my 11s will be standing out more than others. Probably has to do with how much I've been concentrating or something during the day. But I will maybe not put a lot of that light highlight there. All right, and now the fourth color is my lip and cheek color. I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna grab some. Look how bold, bright that looks. But I want you to watch what happens when I put it on my cheeks and I blend. All of the colors are highly pigmented, but they blend into the skin and you have power over the intensity of it. All right, so I've placed every color where it belongs on my face, haven't layered any product, and now I'm gonna blend starting from light to dark. So I'm gonna start here on my nose, but I'm gonna press in because I don't want to blend out the contour. I just want the shadow to just kind of be there. And then I'm going to blend. I'm going to flip my brush over and blend in this area very gently. We also have, I love the versatility of this makeup because we have a couple like lip and cheek colors that make great color correctors. Okay, sometimes I will color correct these dark circles with a color called Frenchie, but the purpose of this video is just to show you how 4 colors can do your entire face. Okay, we're even gonna use a contour as eyeshadow and as eyeliner. We're going to use an accent highlight to prime our eyelids. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and blend. And now what are we gonna do here? We're gonna flick in an upward motion. I do not wash my brush daily, okay? I just, weekly, I will use our spray. Now, while I'm blending, I want to tell you guys, these are colors that were color matched to my skin tone. And I can do that for you, absolutely free. Give you the colors that you need for your skin tone, okay? So that you can build your own compact, which means you only reorder what you need, when you need it. And this lasts months, absolutely months. All right, this is not something, I use Bare Minerals for, I don't know, I use Bare Minerals for 20 something years. And I would spend $40 or $50 on one shade of foundation. So it's pretty cool that I can have my entire face. This is around $100, but that would even include your brush. Yep, a brush. Okay, so think about that. It is your contour, your blush, your foundation. It's going to be your eyeshadow. It's going to be your eyeliner. It's going to be your concealer. It's all of it. Even if you go to the grocery store or the drugstore and you try to get each one of those individually, it's going to be over $100 because like you can't even really buy. Okay, let me back up. It's hard to buy clean makeup that is affordable. Okay, finest ingredients in this as well. I felt like I needed a little bit more color on my cheeks. All right, I'm going to take my contour and I'm going to line my lips, and I like to go right here because, oh, thank you, Cindy, for validating my color match. If you want a color match, just comment color match and the link will come to you and I can color match you guys. So I lined on the outer perimeter with my contour, right? And now I'm going to go in with my lip and cheek color. And I'm going to add that. I'm probably going to add a little bit of a gloss over top of that just because my lips are really dry. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a gloss right over it. This is the other color. So I have a bigger palette with all the things. You can build, even eyeshadows, you can build a palette to fit your individual needs. It's so fun. And like I said, it's all TSA approved. So when you're ready to travel, I shove this into my carry-on and my brush and off we go. So I'm going to use my accent highlight in this fluffy brush, and I'm going to, to get a color match. That's a great question. I'm trying to look out of one eye and give you guys, and look at myself at the same time. What you need to do is you need to send me a selfie. And first and foremost, I will tell you, your selfie is absolutely safe with me. I know how difficult it is to be sending a makeup-free selfie to somebody. It will need to be in natural light, okay? So don't go outside, don't go to your bathroom. Wait until it's daylight, go stand and face the window. Don't have the window at your back, face the window, snap a photo, makeup-free, and put it in that link. So if you comment color match, you're gonna get a link that comes directly to you, okay? That's what I'm looking for. And then I'll send back recommendations for you. I'll give you all the recommendations, like even for maybe some eyeshadows and some brushes, but you build the compact however you want. I'm going to go ahead and use my contour as my eyeshadow too. So I use my accent highlight as just to even out my skin tone or my eyelids because they get real red and veiny. But look how pretty my contour is as an eyeshadow. So how pretty is that? And just so natural. This is all cream. This foundation is cream. All right, I'm gonna take this brush. It's a skinny brush. It's called the Multitasker. I'm gonna use it to line. I'm using my contour, guys, again, to line underneath in my eyes. That's a great question. Do I need a rematch as the seasons change? Well, when I color match you now, and I didn't always do this, but when I color match you now, I will make an optional highlight color recommendation. Yes, your contour can be used for your brows. I definitely look at that. You know, it just depends if the contour, and I definitely will try to give you a contour that will match your brows. I try my best. But you know, we ladies, we sometimes dye our hair and dye our brows, so I'll do my best. Back to the question about color matching in between seasons. If you feel like your color's not working for you anymore, then absolutely get a new one. But I'm offering an optional highlight. The reason that I started doing that is so you will know, even if you don't start with this optional highlight, that this would be the one that you would want to add into your palette at some point to be able to transition into seasons, okay? Let's talk about, I saw somebody said that the cream is stiff or dry. So number one, your contour is meant to be thicker. I don't want my contour shifting around on my face. I want it to stay in place. And you only need minimal shadow there, okay? Number two, if your room is cold or your house is cold, this is going to harden. Likewise, if you live in a really hot climate, this will melt, okay? Now, the beauty of that is, let me show you my other palette. So you can see these are, I have multiple highlight shades in here. You can see the bottom of the tin. I can pop these out. Let me show you what the lid looks like. These little tins. The lid pops in and out. So I can lay these on a skillet on really low heat, and then makeup will melt back down into the tin, and you literally use every last drop. Okay, so it's not like in a bottle where you are trying to get another week out of it. Okay, this is Saint. Okay, SEINT. If you comment color match, you'll get a link for the color match. You can also look at the shopping link and browse around. You can try and match yourself if you want. I do want to caution you that many times we feel like we are much lighter than what we actually are, especially if you have more mature skin. Okay, the other thing is, so that was 4 colors that did my entire face, my eyeshadow, my lips, my blush, my foundation, my contour, my eyeliner. This is it. Yeah, the hairdryer hack. If this gets too stiff, just hold a hairdryer over it for 10 seconds. The other thing you can do is take a little bit of a facial oil and just 1 drop and kind of just take your brush and dab it in there, and it will soften that way. But I always caution you, because that if you do the oil, it makes it thinner, which is not necessarily a bad thing, and it makes it creamier. But if you're looking for coverage, that may just kind of weaken the coverage. All right, the other product that I absolutely love from Saint, so these are the 4 basic, we call this the basic 4, is the bronzer, okay? And this is a bronzer. I will match you to a bronzer too, because I believe everybody needs it. But I'm just gonna show you bronzer placement. I'm just gonna dip my finger in. I always wash my hands before I apply my makeup, because I honestly like to use my finger because it gives me control. The other thing is my finger's warm and my face is warm. And again, it's all about the makeup melting into my skin, but in a good way, not in an oily way. Now I'm just gonna take my brush and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna only do this side of my face because I want you guys to see just what the bronzer does. It just adds a tad bit of warmth to the face, okay? It's not a lot, but just a little. Okay, the other thing is that area where I have the melasma, it helps there too. Sometimes I will actually, because the bronzer is made from the same consistency as the highlights, I'll use a bronzer instead of a foundation in the summer. It's so fun. I'm gonna just use my brush to show you how you can apply it with your brush too. But it's in the form of a C, so you're tapping it where the sun would typically hit you. You can add as much as you want. If you're interested in getting a personal color match, just comment color match. I'm going to carry this on down onto my neck because nobody wants the floating face. You guys have seen it. The neck one color, the face another color. I will look at that in your selfie and I will help to give you something that is going to not let that happen. The selfie is really important though, so make sure you get a good one. Sometimes people will lay in bed at night at midnight and they'll decide, you know what, I'm going to send a selfie for Kim. And then I end up having to send a message back to you just saying, I'm not going to be able to match you from that because I can't tell what your true skin color is. All right, so facing a window, looking out. Another product I just want to show you really quickly that I'm going to color match you to is an illuminator. An illuminator, and I'll put this on my hand so maybe you can see it. It only just catches the light. It does not provide any coverage. It just catches the light, and I love it. Oh, you got it. You got a glimpse of it right there. I love it on my cheekbone. It's like you're standing at the coffee shop waiting to get your coffee, and you look over at this beautiful woman and you say, wow, she's glowing, and there's just something catching the light. It's the illuminator, okay? And you can even tap the illuminator on your nose a little bit. If you like more of a frosty lip, how about that? That's what the illuminator does. So those are the items that I will match you to. Your contour, your main highlight. I'll give you an optional main highlight so that it will transition you to different seasons. A brightening or an accent highlight. I'll match you to 2 lip and cheek colors, so please trust me when I give you those, okay? I know what they look like on the skin. If you go right to the website, you're gonna say, oh my gosh, that's too dark. Trust me, I don't want it to wash you out. I want it to bring color to your face. If you like a pale lip, and you're not much for lips, you can let me know that. But that could be a different color than your cheeks, okay? All right, guys. Well, that's it. That's how easy Saint Makeup is. If you're interested in getting a color match, comment color match. The link will come to you. You get me your selfie, and I'll get you back your match. Have a great Saturday. See you soon.